Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we'll play more of RollerCoaster Tycoon Deluxe, and I will be trying to build our fourth most important coaster of the level. The level that we are playing right now is Octagon Park, and we gotta build 10 coasters that have very specific conditions, and it's been very hard, and we have only built 3 so far. Yesterday I was planning to start this fourth coaster, but we ended up chatting a lot in here, right? Which is not that surprising, but it still happened. And I was not able to really start building this fourth coaster, which will be an inverted coaster, by the way. It was suggested by Electro, so I will see if I can work it out tonight. But I was at least able to kind of fix and adjust my park by at least like replacing the old rides that were not being profitable anymore into newer rides. They were pretty much the same. I just deleted the old ones and built like replacements or the new ones, and then I could charge them more. I could raise the prices for the tickets, and then while I was pretty much chatting, then the park was getting more profitable. So hopefully this money impulse will be able to give us enough, right? Enough money or budget to go for this coaster of tonight, and then of course the remaining wait, 6 more, right? The remaining six that will be left after this next one. So let's go for it, even while like nobody's around, because maybe I'll have more time to be building it. Let's see what I'll be able to come up with. It's going to be based on a psychic gem, as the park is all based on Pokemon ideas and references, and then all of those 10 coasters, each one will be based on a gym or a Pokemon type. So this one will be the psychic one. And I thought a little bit about that, but I'm not really sure how to make it very psychic, right? But I got one idea at least. Thankfully, this model is more versatile than the previous model, which was this right here, the Rock Gym Coaster. So I'm really expecting this to be easier, but let's see how it will be like, right? I did not get like a spot or a location. I did not ask the chat for suggestions about that. So it could be next to the grass coaster, or it could be next or even in front of the rock coaster. I kind of think I wanna build it there next to the rock coaster because it has less trees, even though the landscape is not looking too flat or too good, right? But I kind of think I will do it in here. It could also be horizontal. Yeah, it could be horizontal for a change, right? At the same time, it's going to be huge. So I'm not fully certain if I build this coaster, for example, in this square right here, or maybe I should say rectangle, right? If I build it there, I don't think that's going to be enough. I think it will need to be larger or longer. Okay, maybe if it is like from there to this area right here, maybe. But sure, I think I will place it in there. I don't have also a scenario idea to decorate it. I will need to think about that. Let me look at that right now. What in here could be very psychic-like? Maybe the alien theme? This is kind of like fairy type in my opinion. The Dino Land. This is totally ghost type. The jungle. No, not the jungle. Jungle could be good for in case we build a bug gym for that. Yeah, the alien one is this one. Okay, this sounds like the best option for psychic, or the... Oh yeah, the abstract. The abstract teaming could even be better. We have snow team, the medieval theme. We also have these right here. Then we have the spooky theme, the city, and the Japanese. Yes, I kind of think the best option is the abstract for this. Okay, I will try to maybe add some of that decoration to this coaster after it's complete. So let me see. You know what else I wanted to do? I just remembered this idea that I had back in like the beginning of the month streams, right? When we were starting to talk about this, but I did not share that with anybody, but I just remembered it. For a psychic type, it would be awesome if it starts in a reverse mode. Hopefully this coaster, just like the steel coaster, or especially the corkscrew steel coaster, will be able to give me that reverse launch, right? I will just check it, because if I can start with it in a reverse mode, the problem will be actually making the train to return. Oh yeah, that's going to be super challenging to have a very long reverse-based coaster, but you know what? I will... Okay, never mind. Never mind, I was saying that this coaster could have been easier than the previous type. With this idea, it will, or it may not be that easy, right? But I kind of want to take the challenge, because if I can make that to work, I think it's going to be amazing. That's the limit of the station, okay. Let me see if I can do that. Sadly, I cannot go for the most steep piece of track, right? With the chains. That's kind of disappointing, but sure. Let's see how tall or how far we can get. Yes, I want the limit. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm exaggerating this a little. No, go back. Let's stop it there then. Do you have the reverse? No, it has the powered launch mode. No, powered launch mode is not the one that I want. Let me confirm if the steel corkscrew coaster will have what I'm saying, right? The reverse launch, because I do think it has that. Right? This one has the reverse incline launch shuttle mode. Man, I think I will go for a change in here. This is going to be very sad because Electro straight up suggested this model. But if I could have a good coaster with the reverse incline launch shuttle mode, and in case it works, I do think this fits the psychic type more than whatever I could be doing in the inverted coaster. So yes, I will test this out. And then if Electro still wants me to be working with the inverted coaster, then I try going for a different type or a different idea. But now I think I will go for the corkscrew coaster just for this idea that I just had, because in case it works, it is going to be amazing. That's the limit to the station, but actually let me adjust this a little. Okay. Then let's go back. Okay, that's good. Then I can set the reverse launch mode, yes. Now I need to be creative about what am I doing with that. It is going to come here very fast. So I need to be careful, and probably I'll need to be adding some of those banked turns, right? But first of all, as this coaster also needs to be very long, I will add a little bit of slope, not much, and go with straight ahead. So it can kind of use its speed, but also slow down a little bit, right? But then this is going to kind of look boring, right? At least I think so. Maybe I could combine this with some decoration to make it look better, even though it is a somewhat boring looking part of the coaster. But yes, I think I can do something like this. So it makes it a little bit more interesting. Wait, a little bit more interesting. Okay, we got 5 columns. Then can I do something about them already? I think I can. The Psychic color in the Pokemon games is normally pink or purple. I mean, it's more purple because pink now is better for fairy types. I don't have anything like that looks a lot like glass for the walls. I also don't want it to look like a house like this. Yeah, it's better if it is just like purple, right? Okay, like that. My coaster should also be kind of purplish, I guess. But never mind, dark purple could also be compared to the ghost type, right? But I think light purple is fine. What about the opposite? If I make that this color and then I use the other purple? No, it's not very good. This purple is more for ghost. I mean, I think I'll go for those 2 types of purple or purple tones. Even though this could also be kind of confusing regarding psychic type or ghost type, but let's say that this one is the real ghost type. Okay, I like it like this more now, yes. So I decided to add those right there. Then I think I will go for some abstract decoration. Of course, it's also going to be purple. I like the cubes. There we go. Then it is still going to be super fast, I think. But let me see what I can do regarding specials. I can go for corkscrews or I can go for wait, I don't have what I want to do. Is it vertical loop? No, that's actually not what I wanted to do. It is also not that. Interesting. The one option that I first thought about adding to a psychic based coaster is not available on this model. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. Oh, I think I got an idea. Maybe I should go for a banked turning here. The longest one because of its speed. Then I can keep on trying to use the columns I just built, right? And then I can also ask for the turns to start going up a little bit, like a helix like that, yes. Let me see if I can make it to fit the way I'm thinking. Yes, I needed to go up. Helix up small. I couldn't get inside there with enough height to not really hit the rest of the track, right? So that didn't work. Yeah, go for the longest banked turn so far. Can you go up? Yes. I'm not sure if giving it 2 will be too much. Maybe this works, I'm thinking. And then we can do the opposite to the other side. Yeah, you go up in a small helix up. And then can you go and... Oh, I could. I just made like the infinite symbol. But sadly, I cannot continue my track from that, right? Which sucks. But can I... Let me try this again. Yeah, you go up with a small helix. And then can I have helix up large? I could. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It is not a perfect infinite symbol, but I kinda take that. Because if I go with the small one... Let me try the small one actually. Helix up small again, yes. It is also not a perfect symbol, but... Okay, this is actually better. And then I can leave it. Okay. Yes, I like this. But it's not really what I was wanting at first. I wanted to use the pillars again. How am I going to reverse this now? Oh, wait. I just pressed the wrong key on my keyboard. Yeah, how am I going to reverse that? Maybe, could it be too early for me to reverse what I... Oh, wait a minute, there is a problem. Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I will raise the sizes of those columns in one level at least. Because I would need my coaster... Actually, I would need this to be higher. Maybe actually 2 more. Because otherwise I won't have enough space for the supports in case my coaster returns from these pillars, right? Yeah. Because it was too short for another section of the coaster to go through those pillars. Maybe like this it can fit. But then I'm not sure if it is too early for me to return there. And then I'm also, of course, in the opposite direction. I did those turns and my coaster will still be super fast. I'm kind of concerned about that. Maybe I'll need to add some brakes. But then let me see what else can I do. The corkscrews, I don't think those are a good idea for now. But then I'll need to reverse this somehow. And then I'm back to the... Oh, oh, whoa, this is very crazy. Not really what I wanted, but maybe. But then now I'm concerned about the return of this coaster. Let's keep that for now, but I'm kind of thinking that won't work for the final results, because it is like a very steep loop, right? So when my train is returning to the station, it may not have enough speed or strength to go through that loop in reverse mode. But I'll keep that for now because it looks good. Then let me see, from that, should I do some banked turns again? Helix up small, no? I can only go for this one. Sure, we can go around everything else. But sadly, I'm under the rest of the coaster, right? Yes. But I kinda like it, so sure. Then I will try going above the track by using the corkscrews. This one is the one I used before. What about this one? Can I go? No, I couldn't. Maybe if I get closer? No. Helix up. Using more helixes in here, maybe? I can only go for the large one. Oh wait, was it helix down? It was helix down. Helix down won't save me. Right? Never mind, it actually does save me. Well, in that case, then let's skip it. Then we go straight ahead a little bit. So we could cross to the other side. And then in here, let me see if I can do something about the pillars, but then now maybe in a different way than what I was first thinking. Half corkscrew. What about the other one? That kind of looks okay, but it's also not what I wanted to do at first. But let's remove it because it's another very steep loop or steep corkscrew. Then I don't know if I'll have enough speed for that. If only I could do that by using the pillars, you know? Maybe there is a way. Can I somehow... yeah, make a banked turn there. You could go up. Not with the large one, with the small one. Oh no, but then it's too small. No, 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 no. Go straight ahead then. Once again, then try the banked turn, helix up. Honestly, that looks kind of symmetric, so I do like that, but sadly I don't have a way to keep on going, right? Yes. There is... Oh, I could do that, but then... Can I get out of this somehow? Maybe not. Oh my god, if only I could get out of that, it would look great. Mm. Okay, try the helix up small. No, it is too short. And then if I go to the other direction, it's not going to look as good, right? Yeah, I doubt it. Wait, what's going on with my mechanics in here? Are you lost? Hopefully he's not lost. He's just taking forever, right? Alright, make this turn. Then can I somehow go back from there? I don't want the helixes, I want the loops. But then for that I think I need to go up, right? Oh, but then first I need to make the turn, of course. Banked turn, small. Can I get a loop in here? The half, okay. The half loop would put me there. No, that's still not the direction I really wanted, but it looks freaking great. Look at this. It looks amazing, even though it's going to be, again, hard for my train to really have enough speed to do all of that circuit. But sure, for now, leave the idea the way it is, and then maybe later I try making changes and adjusting everything, because I also could try using the booster. Both the booster and the brakes to sort that out. I don't feel confident it would work, but sure. And I still can't really get to the direction that I want. How am I doing that? Maybe with the banked turns, it's maybe my only way. Then the helix up. Try a short one. Helix up small, yes. Nice. That's actually the direction I want. And it is on the line that I want. Okay. So I can go straight ahead. And boom, there we go. Then we do another banked turn. Short turn. Oh, but I'm going to miss the spot. Yes, I will miss the spot. Unless I do the... No, yeah, the S band is not working either. But it could work if I go one more straight ahead in here. Then I make the banked turn. And then I try using that. The S band, right? Okay, I take that. Give me the normal view, please. So we try repeating that process now. Banked turn. Small. For this one, I think it doesn't go straight ahead anymore. Okay, so I need to go for the S band left. There we go. This is kind of fitting because the psychics will be bending spoons, right? So this is not a spoon, but it is the coaster. And it got to be able to be bended too. So there are ideas that are more fitting than what you think. Sadly, it is not a silver colored coaster, so it could look closer to a spoon. But sure. The Easter egg is already done. Hopefully I won't need to change that though. Bend there. Go straight ahead. S bend right. There we go. And then for the last one, we do the same thing. Wait, no, I need to go one more straight ahead, right? Yes. Then S-band left. Like this. There we go. And then now what? Let me see everything. Oh my god, it does look great. It does look very great. Let me take the underground view out. I can exit the building mode. I just wanna appreciate this a little. It is not long enough, right? Yes, I'll need to do even more, but I'm scared about the speed of this coaster. What else could I be doing? Also, by the way, since I finished working on those pillars or columns, now I can place the squares back to the top, right? Like that. You know what? I'm saving the game already because I do like this coaster so far. There we go. Yeah, this is totally not long enough. Where am I going after that? I think I should go to the station direction. You know what? Before I continue, let me test my coaster. I want to see how good or bad things are in here, so do that and give me a test. Entrance is not yet or built yet. Okay, I can do that. Let me see. The closest path is that one. So I'm going to place the entrance there and the exit there. Okay. So that's the reverse launch that I was saying, right? It will get its speed by going up from there, and then it will need to do the whole track with that speed, and then by the end of the track in here, it needs to have enough speed again to return from everything. Let me check my train. It gets to 50 miles per hour. Then it starts slowing down, of course. That is a part that I think I'll have problems. But it was also able to speed up my coaster a little bit more. Okay. Honestly, I may be able to get to the end of this with some speed. So far so good, but the biggest problem is the way back, of course. But I have an idea. Oh my god, this is going to work. I have an idea. I can also add chains on the way back, right? I can totally add chains in here. So with the... Oh no, never mind. Never mind, with the chains it won't really return. That is true, that's not going to work. Oh no, how am I going to speed this up for the way back? Okay, that is a problem now. I'll need the boosters. Yes, I'll need the boosters. I will test that out. A booster. Give me your max speed. If it is 67, then sure. Not sure how many boosters I would need for that. Let's hope that's enough. And then we set the track to be very tall, so it can return from that. Please don't explode either. Let's test this out. Hopefully the train will be able to get impulse or energy to get up there, and then on its way back, it's able to return from everything. depending on how much fast I can get thanks to the booster, I will see if I can continue the track from there, because I doubt, and yeah, of course, this is not long enough for my conditions, right, to beat the level. So this coaster needs to be bigger. But if this first part of the track works, then that's actually very surprising to me. I was not thinking it would work like that. And it's thanks to that loop, to the half loop, because the half loop actually speeds up my train more than what I was thinking. It does slow it down, but in the way back it speeds it up. So it kind of recovers the energy it used to go through it. And then I was not expecting that to happen. Let's see those boosters. Okay, they do help, but I need more boosters, right? Honestly, maybe I don't. I do not. The coaster can go back now. Oh my. Okay, it is a complete track. Is it good? It is 2.8 feet long. So I need to add 1,000 in there. Yes, I need to add a lot more. Is it intense? No, it is kind of balanced, but it also needs to be more exciting. Okay, okay, this is a very good attempt so far. Let's go back. Is this the best location for those boosters? I think not. I actually think that the best location for the boosters is kind of like next to the station. And for that to work, I think I'll need to add another banked turn here. A short one that goes down. No. Helix down is small. Yes. Now I need to decide if I think I will try continuing the pattern here. But yes, we need to go down now. We last used an S-band left, so this one could be right. And then we do a banked turn again with a helix down small. Was that correct? It is correct, okay. Then we go across everything again, and then we use an S-band left. Perfect. And then from there, we do another banked turn with helix down small. Yes. But then I still can do it again, right? I can go to the other side again. Okay, maybe the last time. Then we go for an S-band right. I'm just not fully sure if those S-bands are at like the same position in all of those parts of the track. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right spot for me to place that. Maybe not. Oh, it is kind of... Oh, it's after the... Man, I think I kind of varied that. I'm not sure, but I will keep it there. Not sure if that's the right spot, but I'll keep it there. I think that the location or the spot for the banked turn is more important than the location of the S-bands. Then helix down small, yes. I won't be able to go back. I am able to come back. Okay, never mind. We can do this once again then. S band right. No, no, wait, left now. Okay. Then banked turn. Helix down small. Yeah, and then I won't be able to cross it again, so I'm going to continue and stay there. That's the limit. Let me see everything from the top. I wish that I could have... But then there is the exit there too, that could be a problem. Maybe I'll need to change the location of that exit, actually. And I think I will do that. It fits there too. Okay, I'll leave those two right there. Or depending on what I build on this other side of the coaster, maybe I will place the entrance and the exit on the other side there, right? That's more free. Because I think I will use this area next to the station. I just need to find a way to get to it though. If only I could change the direction of this. Is it like this? No, because I don't have enough space. Yes, I really wish I could turn to the other side. But if I change the rest that I have built, I will end the symmetry. No, 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 keep the symmetry. I will think on something else. Helix down small, yes. No, this is not helpful. This is maybe not helpful either. Wait, what if I go for one of the loops? Could that be an answer to me? No. This is an answer to me, but... Oh, never mind, it is not. Have corks. Okay, this is what I need. But sadly, I cannot continue the track. Unless I do it like that, that's not what I want. Oh man. You know what? Just do a regular turn then. I won't be too fast by the time I get there, right? But at the same time, sadly, I was not able to really use the symmetry that I wanted. You know what? I'm getting new ideas. Change the station like I was saying earlier. Let me see if I can... Okay, you know what? Okay, wait a little bit. Let me see if my idea will work. Helix down is small. No, 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 no. I would rather have that turning. Yeah, turning there. This does it, I guess. But I'm too tall still. What about the helix down large? No, it is too large. Helix down is small. Yeah, now I want to go right. I want to go on that direction, but leaving the line, or maybe I should say the space or the area that's right next to the station free, because I think I will try adding the boosters right there, and then I'll be able to copy this right here. So it will look even more symmetric. Symmetry is also a very good idea for a psychic coaster or for something psychic based, right? But of course, symmetry, but also optical illusion or something like that. Also, hi Electro, what's up, man? Electro, I gotta start saying I'm sorry because unfortunately for the idea I ended up getting tonight, the coaster you recommended me would not do it. I was thinking it would do it, but it doesn't. Because you recommended me to go for the inverted coaster. And for some reason that surprised me, the inverted coaster does not it doesn't have a reverse shuttle mode. And I think the reverse shuttle mode is the best one for a psychic coaster. Because what is more psychic than reversing things? So I was like, okay, that model probably does it, so let's go. And then when I checked, it doesn't have it. So I had to change it for the normal regular steel corkscrew coaster, which is the one I'm working with. But we can go for the inverted coaster for a different type, maybe. In case we get another idea, right? That is crazy looking. I love it. Me too, man. You haven't seen it all. You're only seeing that symmetry part right there. But add that to the reverse launch that I was saying. That's right here. And then look at the rest right here too. Look at that part right there. Surprisingly, it works. It really works. I could not believe this has enough speed to do everything like that and also return because I was testing that too. I do love this so far a lot. And then at first it looked like an infinite symbol right there, but it got more convoluted, of course. And then I added the S-bands when the coaster was going inside of the pillars right there, because the psychics do bend spoons, right? But in this game, we bend coasters. So the S-bands are there too as an Easter egg. And then now what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to make a turn that I can get my coaster. Let me show you where I want to get. I want to get there, to that line right there, next to the station. So I can add the boosters because I'll need the boosters. So I can be like copying the boosters next to the station. So it looks even more symmetric, right? But I need to get my coaster to the beginning of the station. So I want to get it to that point right there. So I start this booster line from there. And then by the end of it, I copy this, right? And then that's how it's going to return. That's my idea. But then I'm struggling to move my coaster to the starting point of the station. By starting point, I mean this right here. Because it depends, right? The starting point could also be that one, but I mean this one right here. But I don't know how to make a turn right there. I'm trying to test it out. And then, of course, I will hope that will be long enough. In my first test, it was somewhat 2.8 feet long, so it was missing in 1,000. But I was able to add more of those kind of, loops and stuff, or cycles, or cycle looking tracks. I'm not sure how to describe that. And then I'm hoping that we'll add the remaining length that we need. But so far, most of this coaster is surprisingly working when I test it. Which means that, who knows, maybe I'll be able to finish one of these coasters with a very good look under a record time. It's a super long reverse shuttle coaster. Yes, I also decided to challenge me. Because I was at first saying, no, Electro suggested me the inverted coaster. The inverted coaster might be very easy in comparison to our previous Wild Mouse coaster. So I was like, this won't be as bad. And then suddenly I remembered, oh wait, the psychic type, maybe I should go reversed shuttle launch, right? And then that could be harder because it needs to be a long coaster. So yes, I changed my plan. I realized that it would be more challenging, but it's been working, man. It's been working. There is nothing like a new day, right? Yesterday, maybe if I tried doing this, it wouldn't work at all. So far, it is working. It's looking amazing, in my opinion. Maybe one of my favorite coasters. Sadly, again, I could not do this with the inverted coaster because it doesn't have the reversed shuttle launch. But taking that out, this is working. It might need to be longer. It might need to be longer, yes. But then I'm also counting on the booster line that I was saying, plus this right here, right? I just want to do that to see how far we'll be from the objective, because also when I tested it earlier, we were also missing a little bit of excitement rating for it. Just a little bit. It was like 6 point something, and we need 7, right? So it also needs to be a little bit more exciting too. But first of all, let me try completing my idea, and then I will work on adjustments afterwards. By the way, Electro, after you presented me or like introduced me to the Gorilla song, now every time I play my songs on Spotify and then they play some ads, they play the Gorilla song in there, and then I'm like, okay, now I know the song that it is in the ads because it's the Gorilla song. Yeah, Spotify has been promoting that song a lot in here. Maybe they were doing those ads before, but I never really, connect the dots. That was a Gorilla song. But of course, after knowing the song, you kind of identify things better, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, this is the Gorilla song. So yeah, how am I turning right now without getting to that line right there? That's what I'm struggling right now. Let's suppose I make this turn. Then I can go straight up. And then I'll need another turn, right? By the time I get here, I think I won't be too fast, although in the way back I might be too fast. So I will keep on using the banked turns. Maybe a long bank turn like this. And then we go straight ahead. Oh, you know what? This is the answer. Then we just need another one, right? Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, wait. It is almost what I wanted to do. Can I go straight ahead in there once? No, I lose my banked turn, right? Yeah, now it looks odd. Do that again. Then S-band right? No, I go too far. You clicked on an ad on Facebook recently and now you get that ad all the time? Seriously, man? I would suggest you maybe, I don't know, clearing the cookies of your browser. Maybe that's why the Facebook, maybe that's why Facebook is getting you or giving you the same ad because of your cookies, right? I hope the length counts double for the trip back. Let's see. A medium turn, then large turn. Oh wait, we got the large turn, then maybe. Do you mean median? This is the median? No, it still also gets like past. Small, medium. Oh, you mean this one is the large? Oh. I never thought about this one being the large turn. So you mean this one? Okay. Oh my god, maybe it's going to work? Oh yeah, let's go. This is what I want to do, although maybe a banked turn there would be better. There we go, Electro. Nice job, man. Now we go for the boosters with like max speed. And then in there, I will go for the regular steep track, right? Or slope up, that's the way to say that. Although I'm scared, because maybe I should go for this one too. Oh, maybe for the final part. What about that? Like that. Yes, I'm scared of my train not being able to stop up there. But let's test it out. Let's see where the train is going to stop once it gets up there. If it has an earlier stop than the limit, we change that max steep slope up into the normal slope up, right? Just so it fits the chained ones next to it. But as I was scared, I decided to add that extra steep. So look at this Electro. It gets super fast. It somewhat survives this madness with the loops. I was scared about the half loop, but even though it slows down at first, it gets speed when it's leaving the half loop. Then it still has speed to go through the whole symmetric section. Or zigzag, right? It has speed to go through the zigzags. And then now it's the new part. Yeah, this is kind of the new part. But I think it will, yeah, it will have enough speed to get to the boosters. Don't explode, don't crash. Oh my god, Electro! My extra steep was phenomenal, super necessary. Oh my goodness. Oh, will it? Oh my god, okay, never mind. I'm a little bit concerned because this is taking too long for it to get to the rest of the loops. No, come on. It is slowing down. Yeah, it wasn't slowing down in my first attempt, but it's going down now. Can you get through the loop though? It could! It could! Let's go! Yes! Now it's going to give an extra speed. Nice. But it's going to need to get through the second loop though. Oh no, the second loop kills it. Dang, it was super close. Alright. It's almost there. It's almost working. Do you know how could I fix this though without changing the model that much? You might want an extra one though. An extra what? Do you mean an extra steep loop right here? Or actually steep Wait, would that make me a little bit faster? Probably, right? So we could do it like this. I wonder if that would give us a little bit more speed. Let's test that. I would make the chain lift a bit higher. We could do that too. I was trying to not go too into the rest of the park because that's kind of the limit, right? But we can maybe go a little bit more. But it's going to also get much faster for the beginning parts, don't you think? And then I'm concerned about the excitement. But sure, let's make it work first and then we deal with nausea, intensity and everything. Getting faster on the half loop would be fine, yeah. But especially on the way back. So the change should be in the way back, don't you think? Because the way back... It's the way back that needs to be longer. I mean the slope up part, right? Do you think that if I change the train size, that could make it any better? If we either... No, we can only decrease the size of it. It makes it worse, right? I kind of think it makes it worse. Yeah, because the longer trains are faster, you're right. You can't really add more speed on the way back. It seems close. What if I change the loop? Um, what if it is not like that, right? What if we do something else? But then it looks so good, right? Yeah, going down there doesn't look as cool. If it is closer to the ground, it would help. Closer to the ground? In the way back, right? Wait a minute, so maybe I can try changing this a little bit. Um, let's try going down a little bit more. Banked turn, helix down, small. No, that's not going to fit there. This is what I had, right? Yes. I mean, that's actually not what I had. This would be closer to the ground. But it is very different than what I had at first. I could change that helix after the loop to go down instead. The helix after the loop. The helix? You mean that right there? Let's return a little bit then. Half corkscrew, left, right? And then the half loop. And then I had a banked turn, I think. With a helix up large. No, helix down large. No as well. How did I connect those two then? Oh, maybe like that? No, that doesn't look right. Maybe the banked turn comes there. Okay, maybe that's how it goes. This looks a little bit different than what I had at first though. You mean this one? You want me to change that? Where I was connecting? You mean this loop then? Right here. This one. Maybe a shorter one? I actually think I could add a booster right there too, but maybe one won't be, enough. But we could try. Do you think one would make a difference? Maybe not, right? But I want to test it. Let me also do this then. Oh, they don't work going backwards? Okay, so this idea is not going to do it. It does suck to have ambitious ideas for coasters, but not being able to accomplish those ideas, right? It will still give you more speed later on, though. Later on, I mean, it's going to give me the speed in the beginning of the ride, right? But then I don't think I need more speed for that part. But then later on, though, I don't get that. If it doesn't work in the reverse. Wait a second, going backwards. Going backwards is what I do in the beginning. Oh no, I don't. I do go. Yeah, it's just the train that starts it backwards, but it's like launched, going in its front, right? In its front direction. So never mind. It would be in the way back that it doesn't work. Yeah. Your speed will be slightly higher for the whole duration. Well, in that case, I should test that out then. Will it be the answer? Probably not, but let's see if it makes any difference. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to add a non-ride photo section. Yes, I could also think about that later. There are other places you can add boosters too if I need to. Speaking of which, I'm not sure how is the coaster going to be after this half loop, right? Maybe it will have another blocking point on its way back. If I really had to add boosters, my favorite spot would be inside of the pillars, so it can be hidden just like that. And you know what? That's the best idea, actually. Why did I not say that earlier? I thought about that earlier, but did not say anything. Yeah, adding the boosters inside of the pillars is the best idea. Although I'll be adding single booster tracks, right? Okay, didn't work. Here's the change then. We could try adding the boosters inside of the pillars now. But again, I'm not sure if that single booster did a lot of difference. You think that's a good idea? Um, the booster should be on the second or maybe taller part of the track, right? Inside of the pillars, like that part. Let's see how will that work. Did I add two? No, only one. Okay, that's it. Let's see if something has changed. In case somehow it gets enough speed to return, then I will consider removing this pillar right here because it's kinda extra. The booster speeds up the train as long as any part of the train is going through it until it reaches 67 miles per hour. Okay, so because it is a long train, it will last a little bit better, or it will work a little bit better, right? But then you said it won't work in the way back, at least not properly. It will make... Okay, now I need to be careful because what if we... No, it won't crash because the max speed it can get is 67 miles per hour. And probably the other boosters down there were doing that job, right? So it won't crash when it gets to the slope ups, I hope. But this might make my coaster very intense and full of nausea too, right? It actually crashed. Oh no. I kinda saw that coming. Okay. Double close click. Thank you for teaching me that, Electro. Also, nobody died, so that's also good. We did that for science, that's okay. We need an extra... is steep or slope up there. Please show me this again. And also this proves that the boosters are working properly. But I saw that coming. But I kind of thought that these boosters right here would be already putting my coaster up to 67 miles per hour. They were not. Maybe they were getting close to that, but not yet. Honestly, I do kind of like now the difference between the chain part and the without the chains part, right? But don't you think this will be too extreme now? Ultra extreme? I'm kinda scared of that. And then instead of adding boosters, I'll need to be adding brakes. It's the booster and brakes coaster, basically. Surprisingly, our park rating did not drop that much. There we go. Yeah, the booster does not work in the way back. It's time for the truth. It did not change a thing. I just exploded my coaster. I think it's fine. The most intense part is the second half loop going forwards. Oh, seriously? This one is the most intense part? Well, man, but sadly the booster was not the answer. Oh my goodness. What else to try though? A steep section on the chain lift? You mean here? You mean this? That should make it. I'm not sure though. Don't you think it's going to be oh, wait a second, the chain lift will. Oh my god, the chain lift will actually. It will pull the. Yeah, it will pull the train to the top. Holy sh. How. How fast will this coaster get to the second slope up though? Will it crash again? We got to almost 60 miles per hour. It did not crash, thank goodness. In the way back it started with 56 miles per hour. It didn't work though. But it was a very interesting idea. Maybe now it looks better than before. Yeah. I do like it more now. But I think we'll need to change the way it looks, right? In the end. We try to avoid changing the looks of this, but you might need to get rid of. Yes, that's the conclusion I'm getting to. Let me remove this extra pillar first. This sucks, but sure. It was a very ambitious idea. Oh, you know what? Can you just go down? I wish there was a way to go down in a loop, you know? I mean, the answer was the half loop though, but if only there was another way. No, this looks too bad too because it goes up. You know what I was surprised? There is no I couldn't find the screw section on this coaster. Do you know what I'm talking about? When the coaster goes in a screw horizontally. I was kind of certain that this coaster model would have that, but it doesn't. I would do a steep up times 1, steep down with a 90-degree turn. Okay, let me see if I can translate that. Is steep up times 1, it's this, right? Is steep up, is slope up, but I think it's that. Then is steep down with a 90-degree turn, is steep down. It's this one, right? Is this what you want me to do? Oh, okay. Deleting those straight up tracks first. It ends there, so you slope up, then you steep down like this, right? Okay, this is not too bad. How am I connecting? Let's change this again. Oh, steep up. Did I do something wrong? Let me go back. Yeah, steep up. Maybe it's this one? Oh, steep slope up. Okay. It's not just the regular slope up. So you want me to do, wait. You want me to go with this one? But you also want me to change into the tiny one like this? Never mind. Let me go back. You don't want the steep down, right? You want me to get up like that. And then after getting up like that, you want me to do a steep and make the steep down track a 90-degree turn. A 90-degree turn? This is the slope down 90-degree. But then how do I make it? Wait, like, oh! Oh, okay. This is what you want, right? Oh man, but do you think my coaster will be fast enough for that? I totally forgot that was in here like that. I was thinking about something like that, but I didn't know that's how you did it. I was thinking it was a special option. Just 90 degrees, not 180. Okay, let's go back because it does look kind of hard to do that. Is it like this? Is that it? But it did say steep down. Steep down is this one. Never mind. You want me to just go once, right? Okay. This. Right? I had it before. You just use it 90-degree turns. I'm now confused with the 90 degrees and 180 though. But I'm thinking about turning my coaster to the direction that I want, which is this one. This right here was 90 degree in my opinion. Was I going, I don't know, back to be 180? No, this is 90 in my opinion. This might have the same issue, I'm not surprised. But it's nice that I'm learning. Yes, I kind of forgot this was a thing, or at least I knew this was a thing, but I didn't know how to do that. And then I assumed it was not possible on this coaster because I was thinking it was a special thing, you know? But you know what? This is very close looking to how it was before, so I do like this too, this new change. But then this right here is kind of wrong now, right? Let's try the banked turn again. A small one this time. We are at level 18, we need to go down. Yes, we need to go down in one more. And then banked turn there, is that how it goes? But I could also have the bank turn closer, right? Like this. Okay. Let's see how this goes. What I have now is what you had in mind. There we go. I was a bit confused. I'm not to use it to the 90, 80, or actually 90, 180 degrees talk in this game, and then also the steep up, slope up, and everything. But we made it. We did get the best value park in the country. And you know what else I got? I got hungry right now. I ate some acai before starting the stream, but I'm already hungry now. Maybe it's because this coaster is like burning my brain to assemble it. I was too ambitious at first, of course, with my idea. I was also getting cocky that it would work. And then look at us not being able to complete it, even though we were super close to do it. So I first underestimated the coaster, thinking that we would be able to complete it, and then now it is hard again, right? To be done. Honestly, Electro, that was the same thing for like the speed. But then let's see if it changes in the way back. But the speed was the same in the first part, right? It got to almost 60 miles per hour once it got to the top of the second slope. So it's not going to be a matter of a different speed, it's going to be a matter of, is that shape better? Oh my god, no! Man. If only could be able to do it in this, you know, second return, but it gets weaker, of course. But that was a very good change, man. That was a worth a shot attempt. Do that, but without the steep up. Yes, I was kind of thinking about decreasing the size. Let me try that. Yeah, maybe we can just do it from there. Go down. Like this. And then 90 degrees. We got to the bottom floor, right? Now we need to change the landscape for this. I'm not sure about this now. Because I'll need to go up to connect to the rest of the coaster, but if I go up, then in the way back, it's also going to... Wait, it would get a little bit of more of speed on the way back, actually. You think this looks cool? Yeah, it looks cool, but then I'm worried about going up after that. But sure. Let's see. This would be an extra speed boost, I think. Can I go up the same way I went down though, like with this? Is this something that would work? No, right? I love how it looks, but I'm going too crazy, right? Electro, I cannot keep this. You love that, right? But I don't know how to connect it to the rest though. I think I'll need to change that down there. Sorry, I had to cough. Yes, I'll need to connect that in a way that I don't know how. But this looks good too. I need to get behind that. Yes, is this okay? Uh, oh my god, what are we doing here? Oh my, it did get to the 15 level that I wanted, but this is too much, I think. No, I actually got to 14. But honestly, that's not like impossible to change now. I can just go banked turn, then helix up, right? No, because the rest of the track is on the way. Helix up small. Yes, maybe it's the landscape. Yeah, it is the landscape actually. Oh, okay. Then we end up there, which is not really where I wanted. But that puts me to 15 again. I will just have another banked turn without changing the height. What about going for a large one like this? Beautiful. And then I connect. I guess I did it. Is that properly connected? Can you see that? It is not, right? Yeah, it is not properly connected. Yeah, it is not properly connected. How can I properly connect this? I think I need to change this, right? Without the turn? Wait, you did not like the turn I just built? I like the turn. It even matches the other turn right there, you know? Dude, this looks so good. It looks so good. Sadly, I cannot connect. It can work, but it's not connecting. Yeah, those two tracks right there are not connecting. At least it looks like it's not connecting. It's going to say your track is not... Wait, it is? Is that an optical illusion? I think it's going to crash. Am I crazy? I could swear those two tracks right there were not connected. Crash time? Wait, be serious though. Is it connected or not? I don't think it is. It's not, right? How do they allow me to open the coaster like that? It is going to be a crash. It is not connected, I agree. Let's try to do something about this. You know what? Maybe I should change that. Okay, now I do this. But then I need to change the rest of the coaster, right? If I really... No, 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 no. Maybe it is better to keep it this way. But it's another half loop. What if we get rid of the half loops, though? The half loops have been the problem. You know what? Let's change the half loops. Let's try going for the new lesson we were trying today. The steep slope up turns, right? Can they save me again? I'll need to be elsewhere for this. So let's get another banked turn. I think it is connected this time, right? Oh, we can just go helix up too. Helix up is small. Oh, I cannot continue that. Helix up. Large won't do it either, right? Maybe a large and a small one? No. I can go banked turn in there, and then can I do the thing from there? No, I went off, right? How does this look like? It looks fine. That put me to the... Is it 21? 25 actually. Okay, we are up to the 25th height mark, which is very far from the one that I need. So honestly, this is not a good idea. I need to connect there. Would this work? What about going for a large turn? Do those large turns slow down my coaster? Probably, right? It almost worked though. Wait, is that connected? It looks connected. Okay. Oh my, holy shit, I have now two infinite symbols. I have the one right there, and then the big large turns accidentally that are so synced. Electro, this is perfect. Save reminder, okay. Let's save this, although sadly the previous attempts that looked great as well won't be on this save file anymore, rip. But this looks great too, with the two infinite loops. You can just move the half loop over Oh, I just deleted the half loop though. Is this a connected coaster? I have no idea. But in case it is connected, then I like how it looks too. And the best thing is that this also increased the coaster size. We just don't know if it's going to work. So let's test it. And hopefully it is connected. I couldn't really be sure from the angle I was seeing. That was so easily done, right? It is connected. Electro, can we believe? Okay. Electro? We are still fast. We have 35 miles per hour. Ah, no! Come on! No! Man. Are you kidding me? It was like a big stretch on the back, and then it went back to the bad posture. No, Electro, it was almost game, man. Yes, Lucy got the ball when we were kicking at it, right? Or kicking it. Man. But hey, this is closer than before. And I have the feeling that once we reached the end, we were not as fast as the previous coaster. So maybe there is a chance we can get a little bit faster when we get there, you know? But then the question is how to do that. I don't want to add another random booster because it's... I mean, I could, but... You know what? Let's add one right there in the beginning. Hopefully it's not going to be very easy to see it. Okay, this one booster, does it help it? Also, since I'm doing that, let me also add the on-ride photo section right there. Oh, it can't be inside of a pillar? Okay, never mind. Try changing that part where it got stuck to just a banked turn. Just a banked turn. An extra chain piece. I tried an extra booster, but actually adding an extra chain piece could be better. So let me return here. Do the same as before. I was trying to avoid getting this to the city, but now it's too late. So let's demolish that. Extra chain piece. Take the chains off. 1, 2, 3. Then take this off too. One. Wait, no. One more to go up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see this now. You know what else is funny? Honestly, I don't think this coaster is getting a lot of the area, and it's because it is very horizontal right there, right? But this section of it, it's not. I mean, it is big though. Never mind, it is still very big, but it gives me a false impression that it's not as large and as big, right? Well, there it goes. Was it only me, or it had a somewhat slow start? Did I do something wrong? Did I add the chain correctly? I think I did, but for some reason I felt it was slower. But sure, let's see how it completes that. It only goes up to where the chain ends. Yeah, but then the rest of the train will keep on moving the train up, right? But because we added an extra height, I thought it would make it having a faster start. I know it won't get to the top of that, what I built. Maybe I have like added an extra steep up, slope up that I don't need. I can try deleting that later. But I'm not thinking this change was making my coaster faster though. It can be just my impression, let's see. Is it going to stretch the back? Yeah, it's just a back stretch again. The back of the train only goes to where the chain ends. Yeah, but like it will almost fill that up. Oh, by the way, my... Okay, I should save the game. Because I don't know if you noticed, probably not. But the lights in my room, they flashed. So that could be a power outage. Hopefully not. So in case I disappear, power outage is happening for some reason. I don't think it is raining today, but yeah, something happening here that the lights almost went off. So I just saved the game. I was distracted, so I did not see how it starts, so let me do that again. But still, this doesn't work, so you need to think on something else again. You were saying that I should um add a banked turn? Oh, you're right. Never mind, but wasn't it kinda making the train to go higher before? Am I crazy? I could swear the train was kinda getting higher because the front part of the train was still in the chains, right? So this that I built is kinda useless. Hmm. Wait, can't I do... Oh, okay, never mind. Electro, look at this. We can add a steep up with chains. Maybe that's the difference? Yeah, this will make a difference. Oh my god. Yeah, 59 miles per hour now. Not sure about this middle part. But we're still quite fast. It's time for the boosters. 57. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. But we are getting there, so let's not give up. Oh my god! Come on! Okay, this one got closer even. You know what, Electro? This was working, so... It is what it is. This helped a little bit. Your other suggestion was to get rid of that hill where it gets stuck and just stay low there. Let's try this once again, because it was getting closer. Now the train got a little bit past it, right? And then I also realized we can do the steep up with chains. The hill after it will be harder to clear. Which one? Oh yeah, right, this one? But let's see, because it is kind of short, or the distance between the two slopes are short, or the distance is short, there we go. So maybe when it is starting to climb it, the train, or the back of the train is still getting the speed or the impulse, right? But we'll need to see that. It, of course, won't have enough speed after that, but then hopefully something will speed it up. So how fast can we get now? 55? No, this is not doing it. I don't think it changed it that much. It will be close. Yeah. We just need that extra push. I wonder if there is like a mod of this game where you can pretty much... Electro? Electro! Electro! I'm going mad now. We are going to add more. I don't care. It's still not the limit. The sky is the limit. Let's freaking go, you know what? Make this to work, dang it. Look at that, I crossed the entire food plaza. That was not in my plan, but adding more to that slope has been working, so I need more. The booster still only went up to 57 miles per hour. Do you think the game is glitching me? Yeah, we need a little bit more. After those hills, there is a small turn. Yeah, that one, right? You can change that to a small helix up. And make the hills one level lower. Wait a second. Are you talking about this right here? Because after those turns, there is a small turn. It's that one. On the low side, you mean this one? Okay, I will check that one after. 50. Okay, now it got past 60 miles per hour there. Electro, now it is faster, man. This is like extreme, ultra extreme intensity. Maybe, let's see. 40 miles per hour. Oh, come on. Okay, I will go for your suggestion. You want me to change um, this, right? You want me to go up, actually? A small helix up? Wasn't it what I had, though? Yeah, it was already there. Yeah, there goes our new idea, though. Hmm. You know what? Let me do this. Do I really need to go up in here for any reason before going down? Can't I just go down in a drop? Yeah, can't I just do that? But I need to go lower now, right? I think I connected there, right? So what do you think about this? Yes, I can't really see it very well, but I want to believe that's connected. That's pretty much where you were going to head. Well played. There we go. There we go then. Yeah, because I realized we were maybe adding some slope ups when we didn't need to, like there. We just had to go down, right? I did need to change the entire landscape on the bottom level, but it's fine, right? If I just do some adjustments like this, it won't look too bad, I guess. Yeah, it's looking okay. Again, I'm not sure if this will make a big difference, but let's see. I do hope this works because this is a very good looking model, right? At the same time, I'm not sure if you'll need this part to be that tall. Maybe we could also adjust that once we get this coaster correctly. Yeah, maybe it doesn't need to go that up, right? Holy electro. Did you see that it got to 68 miles per hour? Because I did see that. Is this going to crash again? Imagine that even with that crazy speed in the first part, it doesn't complete the track. It might not complete the track, now I'm worried. It's at 30 miles per hour, kind of. That's not too good. Oh no. Come on, I don't know what else to change. But I'm scared about the beginning of the track because it was too intense. Okay. Oh my god, we did it! Yes, we did it! And then what? Are we dead? Come on, speed up again, speed up again! No, wait, oh yeah! Oh! Yes, we did it! With like the clutchiest ever attempt. But it's ultra extreme, isn't it? There we go. I hope the length counts as double. Yeah, the length, the length is like more than enough. But of course it is ultra extreme because it was like, yeah, it was like super crazy fast. It got to 69 miles per hour. Hi Bookmark, what's up? We were here struggling to make this psychic type coaster. That looks amazing. Look at this Bookmark. Have you seen this? This is insane beautiful. And also very symmetric looking. For example, even there. I mean, this looks amazing in my opinion. But sadly, it's now ultra extreme. We get rid of one problem to start working on the next one. Because that's it, you keep on filling up the gaps that life throws at your face, right? Like the problem gaps, and then you fill up one, and then another hole shows up, and then you're like, pah, you tap that one too, and then you need to deal with everything, doing some juggling. So I need help, like how am I going to make this coaster less intense, but at the same time not changing its speed? Because I want to say that for most part of it, I have been adding the bank turns. so I don't think I can do much about that. The lateral G's, yeah, but then the lateral G's is what I normally do for the banked turns. Where is the worst part of the lateral G's? Is it in there? It looks amazing, Bookmark, and I also love it how it starts the circuit, like in reverse mode, so it's also very psychic because of that. But then when I finally make the coaster to go through that one, it gets getting stuck section. It is ultra extreme. It's the first steep 90-degree turn. Oh, so of course it is that. It is this, right? This is the problem. This has been the problem. So it is bad to like make the coaster to kind of, or make the train to kind of go through it, but also it is bad because it is making my coaster super intense. I don't know what to do. Actually, is it? Yes, we can watch the chart. I hope it's not, to be honest, because changing that part will be a nightmare. Bookmark, have you still been playing the Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet? Did you check the Pokemon Direct, especially the DLCs? I would say that probably you still haven't beaten the game, but I'm hoping you kind of got, closer to the Elite Four or something. It seems perplexing. I hope, Bookmark, it's not this part, because I don't want to change that part, right? But I won't be fully surprised if it is that part. Because... Wait, where is the train? It's still going up. There it goes. Yeah, that was right there. Then we have this other peak as well. We have multiple problems, right, Electro? I think we have multiple problems. It is not a single problem. Because more than one drop gets higher than 2 Gs, right? It's like those 2 drops that have the 90 degrees in a row that they go above 2 Gs, there we go. Also here, in the way back, we have lots of lateral Gs that are higher than 2. Yeah, I think this coaster has many problems thanks to its speed. You haven't progressed, Bookmark, but I saw the direct your co-worker pulled it up at work for you, and we had a peek at the things upcoming. What did you think about the news? Honestly, I was a little bit disappointed on the news. I was happy for Pokemon Sleep though, because everybody was kind of wondering what has happened to this project. They have never brought it up again, they never talked about it anymore. So I was happy to see it ended up becoming a thing. But I was a bit disappointed because they did not say anything about Detective Pikachu 2, which would be amazing to hear news about that. Also, they did not bring the classic Pokemon Game Boy games to the Switch. That should have been the perfect opportunity for that. And yes, I was also a little bit sad that there was no really big special Pokemon Go announcement too, because it's the Pokemon game I have been playing the most. It was just the connection between Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sleep, and then the amazing named new device that's called Pokemon Go Plus Plus. What is that? Is it like Nintendo's attempt to get to Xbox Series S or something? Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X? Anyway, super horrible name they gave to that device, the Go Plus Plus. And yeah, the rest was kind of like not very exciting to me. And then the DLC, it was already rumored that the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games would be getting one. I did like a little bit of the idea of it being kind of like a school trip, and also how is this in English? Like transfer student, right? Something like that, to like a foreign area. It's not really foreign, maybe, but they go to the Blueberry Academy. I did like that idea to keep the theming under the school theme, but I don't know. I don't know. At least we are getting more Pokemon in the games as well, right? Like 200 plus Pokemon. So that's good too. Yeah, but I was overall disappointed because I was expecting something more shocking or something more um, impactful than many of the news we got, which were kind of already rumored to be there, like the DLCs. Pokemon Sleep was previously announced. There was nothing very, very big in my opinion. The steep turns are the highest Gs, but the turns might be okay. The small turns might be okay. Yeah, Pokemon Sleep looks okay-ish. I'm just a little bit concerned because they have this one. Is premise a word? I hope that's the word premise. Or is it maybe premise, the pronunciation? I'm not sure, but I'm trying to say it like premise. Like its goal or objective. And then maybe premise is like close to that meaning. But anyway, its objective is to like help people to fall asleep and have a regular sleep schedule, right? But then, don't you think that some people could be anxious about waiting for the next day to see the results of the game? And then maybe that anxiety could not let them to fall asleep that easily? So it can also be backfiring people. At least I can see that happening. But I do hope, I don't know, it does help people in general to feel more relaxed and somewhat control their sleep schedule more. One thing I did like, especially or like in particular, was that every Pokemon will have a different sleeping pattern. That was very cool, especially Totodile that sleeps with like one eye open and one eye closed, like this. And then he keeps on swapping the closed eye, and then maybe crocodiles do that, right, in real life. Maybe they sleep with their eyes open, somehow. But I gotta tell you something now that I tried to do what Totodile does. I cannot blink my right eye. I don't know why. I cannot do that. Can you guys blink both eyes? If there is something that I wish I could do is like knowing how to whistle. I also can't whistle. But if I could pick something else, I would then want to be able to blink with my right eye too. I cannot. I can't. Yes, I can do this with the left eye, but not with the right eye. I don't know. Yeah, that can cause an issue, right? I understand the intention is good, but depending on the person can get anxious. Okay, so Electro is saying that our problem is still in here. Honestly, I'm like a lot of ideas now. How to make this any better without losing the pattern or the shape? You know what? I will risk something. Yes, I want to try something first. I think it's going to be a bad change, but I need to see if by decreasing that, I want to see if the track can still be completed and if it can go a little bit slower. Probably it won't get completed, and it's still going to be ultra extreme. But I want to just test that because when I was adding more tracks to lift the train, I maybe have exaggerated, right? I went like for 3 more pieces of track. Maybe that was too much. That is really interesting. The singular winks can be challenging if you aren't used to it, like wiggling your ears. I also can't wiggle my ears. Can you guys do it? I cannot do it. I wish I could do that too, though. There is also something that's genetic that some people can do, which is like twisting their tongues, right? I can twist my tongue, but not everybody can do that. It's kind of genetic, but I can also do it. The extra booster track after the intense part could help you. But won't it make it... Do you mean booster or brakes? You mean booster, right? Won't it make it more intense though? I mean, I'm not sure, but I will follow your suggestion because I don't know what else to try. But I'm trying to also understand the logic behind that. Let me see if this will complete the track. It's getting to the part where the coaster or the train stretches it back right there. It actually went through it well, but it got stuck there thanks to my change. But then Electro is suggesting um, he's suggesting us to add a booster. You practice so you can wiggle them a little. How can you practice that though? Interesting. I need to look up for YouTube videos that could give me lessons, right? You can twist your tongue as well. I can raise each eyebrow one at a time. I cannot do that. Yes, I cannot do that. I have no control over my eyebrows. So I should also maybe check some lessons on that. Boosters on the zigzag. I mean, I already have them. Do you want me to add more? Like outside of the pillars? Inside of the pillars I have one, right? For every section. Or do you mean for the beginning part? The beginning part would make my coaster faster, that is true. Without having the extended lift, right? Yeah, that took practice for you too. Can you guys whistle? I think Bookmark probably can whistle, right? I started practicing that because of The Rock. The Rock? In his wrestling days? Really? Does he do that? Oh, for the eyebrows? There is a Kerbal meme with text that says more boosters. Okay, I will add more boosters. Which, by the way, Electro, the picture you sent us on Discord showing Kerbal 2, right? The sequel of Kerbal Space Station. I did like the graphics indeed, especially the stars and the universe on the back, right? Also, the light on the planet looked great too. The light effect. But then, sadly, it's still buggy like you said. Hopefully they fix the game. Okay, I'm going to add boosters in here, but don't you think it is crazy for us to go faster in here? Because isn't speed the problem? I really don't know how would this help me if I don't decrease the size of the drops. I mean, not the drops. If I don't decrease the size of the lift in the beginning. But again, I will do this because Electro might be on point about something. Oh wait, I think I did something wrong there. Oh yeah, totally. I added 2 boosters in a row, right? Or am I seeing things? No, I did repeat a booster, I think. There we go. Now we go back. Wait, go back. There, yes. This one is a booster as well. Then we go back again. By the way, Bookmark, I have started rewatching Inuyasha. And it's been now my anime to watch before falling asleep. And it's funny to rewatch it. Because when I first watched it, it wasn't, I don't know, I didn't think that it was kind of going too fast with things. And now that I'm rewatching it, I'm paying more attention to that. And it kind of goes a little bit fast in the beginning now that I'm paying attention to that. But it's such a good show. Yeah, it's such a good anime. Sadly, it is long, or it's super long. So it's not like for everybody because maybe some people would rather watch something shorter. But it's such a good vibe show, you know, to watch it casually. It is a very good adventure. Yes, I was thinking that by adding more boosters, we would get to more extreme speeds, and then the extreme speeds will make the coaster more intense, and then I will have that problem again. But Electro is suggesting boosters on the zigzag part only, not right after the station. Yeah, because that would make it super crazy fast. Okay, so... But then, you want me to have the boosters outside of the pillars then, right? Because, yeah, inside of the pillars I already had them. I will see where can I place them then, because it might look not as great, but we can find a spot. In the zigzags. Hmm... You know what? Let's try doing it like this. One booster before that turn, and then on the other side, it goes to the other side, or before the other turn, right? Like that. And then there, it goes... Oh wait, that was wrong. It goes here. Let me fix the decoration again. And then when it returns, it gets... Wait, it gets here. Nice. And then it goes back here, and then there should be one... Wait, there should be one there. And then it goes back, and then one right there. And then it returns, one more here. Then it goes back there, so there should be one there too. And that's it. Do you think I should add one there too? Maybe one there to match the previous one, right? That one. Okay. I think this is the change Electro wanted me to do, right? It doesn't look too bad. If that's what we need to do in order to make this work, then sure. But I'm still curious to see how would that work to the intensity of the coaster. At this point, I don't know if I would say that this has been the most challenging coaster so far in this level. Because even though we are struggling with this situation, especially now in the end, the beginning or the concept of the coaster kinda came up very easily. So I still would give that to this coaster model. Surprisingly, the idea was looking promising, looking appealing, and I did not spend a lot of time thinking about it. It just, you know, it just flowed well. Hopefully that's the word. It just felt well. But of course, now with the adjustments, then we are struggling. But it was also super hard to adjust the previous coaster, which was the Rock Jump, the Wild Mouse coaster. Oh, I should be checking the train actually, and its speed. Oh, now it does complete the track, but it completed it with more speed, right? Or like it completed it without a lot of struggle, or not with as much struggle as before. But I don't know how would that make it less intense or the lateral G's like different. To me, it would be still ultra extreme. You see? But the nausea is not too bad in my opinion. It's just the intensity. Yeah, the nausea is not too bad. But yeah, we still have the lateral G problem. Especially on this first one. Hmm. And I'm kinda getting closer to the end of stream. I still have, I don't know, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Actually, 20 minutes. But yeah, there is a chance now I might not be able to fix this in time. Which is okay, at least the concept is there, but. Hmm. I'm starting to think we'll need to get rid of the 90 degrees drops, right? Because it is the source of all of our problems in here. Even though it looks very cool. You know what? Let's get rid of it. It is the source of our problems. We can hope we can use this concept for another coaster model in the future. The best way for us to go down is of course by using the banked turns. Let's just do a helix down, like a spiral maybe. And maybe a long one. Yeah, a large helix down, like this, yes. It is kind of like a basic idea, but maybe it helps us on the lateral Gs. But I'm still kind of far from connecting to where I want to connect. Why can't I give another... You know what? Go for the short one. Helix down small, yes. This is okay. We got to level 15, we need to get to 13. So I will change the landscape once more. There we go. I will go straight ahead and have a drop, I guess. Okay, now we got to 13, but I need a banked turn in there to make this turn. And then let me get this other section, delete it. And can I connect both with an S-band? I cannot. I don't want to change that though. Yes, I'm not sure how to continue. Oh my goodness. Go down, go straight up, bank turn. No. Yeah, if I keep on going with the spiral, it's going to be too much in my opinion. Is this looking good? It looks like, I don't know, Mickey Mouse now with 2 ears and his nose or face right there. So it's kind of not the original idea, but we also used many of those spirals for the steel coaster. Yeah, right here, it's kind of copying that a little bit, especially for the lighthouse part. Wait. Right there, the lighthouse part. But the other ideas were not working out, so I don't think I can escape from that. And you know what? Maybe this won't even work too, so let me see if I can somehow connect the sections and then just test it. Give me that bank turn again. Oh, wait a second. Could this be better? To have a large turn? I'm curious. Is it better? No, right? I still cannot do the... Yes, I still cannot do the S band. Yes, I can only go for the small helixes. My goodness. How am I connect that? I don't want to change the rest of the coaster because then I would be changing too much. Is it too crazy for me to go for those loops? Is there any loop that would help me here? Yes, bookmark. I don't want to keep on changing the rest, right? I already have changed this part, so I just need to make the connection. Otherwise, this coaster will totally lose its characteristic and personality. Unless I really raise the level of the rest of the track, but I'll need to redo everything. I mean, it won't even fit there, will it? Maybe it fits. Wait, let me try. I'm still at level 15, and then the rest of the coaster is also at level 15. So maybe I just need to maybe I just need to connect it with that level, but like without going for height changes on the banks or banked turn. Wait, on the banked turns, there we go. Because that's what I was doing before. I was using the banked turns like this, but also going up and down, right? Maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I just need to make a turn like this. But it's hitting the coaster. Yes, sadly this one is hitting the coaster. Oh, by the way, bookmark, by this point, you probably have finished the moving, right? So how's the new house? You don't need to go to that direction. Yes, I don't want. I can just go straight from there, right? It's just because it was looking alright like that. But honestly, even if we go straight ahead, it will look good too. So sure, let's just do it simple then. But then what about this right here? Oh, I mean, no, this does it, but it's not banked. So if it is not banked, then it won't help me with the lateral G's, right? Now it's banked, okay. I think we did it. Now I just need to make the connection. Is it connected? No, it's not. Is there a way for me to connect from that? Um, yeah, that is not connected, right? Oh wait, maybe now it is. Okay, I think I finally connect that. Sure, this looks different, of course. But it is still alright. You know what though? This is more like a poison coaster in my opinion because you can see the poison bubbles, you know, from the goo, the purple goo. It's kind of getting more poison now. Do you know what I mean? It still looks good, but it's more poison to me now than psychic. It got some venom off colors. It did get venom off colors, yeah. Maybe I should go for some more pink in here. I was thinking pink would be more fitting for fairy, but sometimes the psychic types are also connected to the color pink, right? You can also do gentle hills going straight forward. Gentle hills? Do you mean the landscaping? The new house is coming along nicely there. Oh, wait, coming along nicely, there is a second house that will be start working on in the future. Oh no, bookmark, another house for guys to work to? But first we gotta get everything settled in from the first house we moved out of. Yeah, don't rush on like all of that renovation work, right? But for now it's being very comfy for sure. There we go. Good luck. Thank you so much. Let's test this out. We can mess with the colors later as well. I just thought that because we added so many spirals and not loops actually. We added spirals and um, wait, is it actually loop? I forgot how is this called. It is loop as well, right? Because it's not a half loop, but it's kind of looping either up or down. But yes, we made those circle patterns that are more like bubbles to me, and then the colors, of course. But the rest of it, like the symmetric part, it still looks very psychic. I do think there should be a RollerCoaster Tycoon mod that you can pretty much, you know, make any roller coaster you build to work. You can kind of, I don't know, glitch the speed of the train at some parts so it doesn't give you the lateral G change. Somebody should work on that, you know, so like it would be the dream or the biggest dream of the roller coaster tycoon players. So anything they wanna create that has a start and an end would be also good for people that are visiting your park. Even if you're kind of course, cheesing the coaster and then changing its speed pattern like manually, I'm not saying that I would use that mod myself. I normally don't use mods, or like I normally don't go for alternative changes in the playthroughs I have, unless it is like a patch that fixes bugs and stuff. But I'm saying it's a good idea for something like that to exist, you know? So then we would be able to be seeing some very good and fun looking coasters working and getting people in them. Because if I open this coaster in my game, for example, nobody will go for it. And that's very sad. Yeah, because it is amazing looking. We are taking the rest period, lots of projects to do there. But thank you, yes, I'm relaxing now. There we go. Gen 1 Psychic Pokemon are mostly gold and brown. Yeah, but I'm talking about the type color. Yeah, I think I can show you. Oh, the coaster did not complete? It did not complete, right? What did happen in there? Let me show you. For example, I found this Abra card. I mean, although to be honest, I just remember that these Pokemon cards, they, or at least this Pokemon type, right, in the Pokemon trading card game, it kind of mixes. No, 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 wait. Did they change that with time? Maybe they changed that with time, because in the first generation, the Psychic type energy was both for Psychic and Ghosts. But I do think some Pokemon today, in like the later collections, they changed the Poison type from Grass to this energy, to the same energy of the Psychic. But that's why I went for the purplish, right? Because at least in the beginning it used to be more purplish or pinkish. But then now there is a situation with the poison types too. So Open RCT2 lets you put chains on any track piece. Oh, okay, that's an easy fix, right? That would really allow you to finish every coaster you build. The tall helix probably slow it down. Let me inspect that. Give me just a second. Wait, is my phone? Oh, never mind. My phone is not near me. That's okay. I'm also almost finishing the stream, so I can check my phone later. Yeah, the card color was my biggest reference. But then today it's more confusing, right? Because we have the poison type with purple, we have the fairy type with pink, and then the psychic type is kind of in the mix right there. Not to mention the ghost type, although the ghost type is more like a darker purple. It's more like this one down here, I would say. Never mind, this could also be the dragon type, right? Anyway, it is. I have the feeling in every game they change those colors for the typing too, right? How is the track length requirement? It's more than enough. It is like 4 point something. Yeah, don't worry about the track length. It was more than enough. It was like 4 point a lot. At least the last time we were able to complete the circuit. You were saying that this one right here is the problem, right? Unfortunately, I won't have a lot of time to make many adjustments. But maybe I can work on... I have a question. If I go for helix down, okay, the word was helix down, not really loops, right? If I go for something like this, does it make it any better regarding being easier or harder to either go up or down? I think it doesn't make a difference, does it? Maybe it does. If it is like a short helix or a bigger helix. I need to stop at 22. 22 is this one. Is there a way for me to make an easy connection in there? I can't tell. was. I'm not certain. It doesn't look like there is a way, but go back one more. Let's... No, wait, that was too much. Helix up is small. Why can't I do it anymore? Helix up large, no. Wait, what? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Banked turn. Okay. And then where is the connection again? I can't see it. No, it's up. There it is, okay. I mean, what about this now? You think it is a little better? Let's see. To be fair, maybe this looks more like a psychic coaster than before. Because we got rid of the larger helixes. For example, if somebody uses the move Psybeam, Psybeam has many circles in that animation, right? So like this spiral could remind you of a Psybeam attack. Do I still have the infinite loops? Okay, I have the big infinite loop right there and a small one right here. So alright, the changes they weren't too bad. But will I be able to still complete this coaster today? Because this is like my last attempt of the night. In case I can't do it, I will see if I can bring this game again next time I stream, which is not like in a Sunday, right? Because then Sunday will be Golden Sun. But maybe tomorrow or maybe next week, I will see if I come back to this game once more. And then in case I haven't done it right now, which I believe will be what happens, probably the lateral Gs are still like messed up, then we keep on trying fixing this coaster next stream, right? Because yeah, this won't do it, I think. Can I finish the track though? Oh, it's going to die in the... That upper... Yeah, right there. It didn't die? It didn't die! Let's go! Once again with the clutch, right? From there you can complete it, correct? There we go. Oh my god. Once again clutching crazily. But then let's see the results. They might be very... Oh my god, we got to 5.2 feet of length now. More than what I was saying. Ultra extreme, correct? I will still have to deal with the lateral Gs because my coaster is super fast. How? We did it! Yeah, in the freaking last attempt we finally did it! And it was like on point, like 7.04. That's higher than 7, that's the requirement, so I freaking take it. And surprisingly, it is not too... Thank you so much for the applause, Electro. There we go, man. We finally did it, right? And also thank you, Bookmark, for the motivation. Because we totally needed the motivation to continue trying, because we tried everything we could to, like, fix this coaster. And of course, it doesn't look as the original plan, but it still looks freaking awesome. And thank goodness that last, push in the very end on that critical point was there to help us to complete this. So let me change the name. This is going to be the Psychic Gym Coaster by Electro. There we go. Oh wait, I can't. Oh no, your name is... Okay, I'll leave it Electro because it was too much, right? Too much to write in there. It will go slightly faster with guest on it. Seriously? There is like a guest with... I don't know... unit that counts? Let me just quickly do a connection in there. But I gotta be fast because the TV show is almost up, right? There we go. Let's have the red entrance color. Nice. There is only one thing missing here though. It's the on-ride photo section. Where should I place... If I place the on-ride photo section, do you think it's going to change the coaster result? It won't, right? So I think I will place it right there. Because I couldn't think on anywhere else to do it. I really hope it doesn't change the coaster result. Let's have inspections in every 10 minutes. Let's have the photos at 450. And then the ride tickets will be... Let's put everything at 450. You know what? Test it first. Wait, there we go. And then open it. Oh yeah, of course. Save the game, please. Let's not forget about that. And sure. Hopefully the on-ride photo section won't make a big difference. Add the photo section and open without testing. I kinda did that. Actually, that would have fixed the issue. Oh, with the guests? That will make sure it clears the hill. The guests, right? And then I'm shocked on how this was not too intense. Because in my opinion, this coaster looks like a nightmare. On how fast it is. Also, thankfully, the game hasn't crashed, and I also didn't get the power outage that we almost had at that moment, right, during the stream. Because I'm saying, thankfully, this game hasn't crashed, because when I was working at a Steel Gym Coaster, the game did crash, and then I had to do everything offline. No inversions? No inversions? Wait. Did I do something wrong? No, the coaster is getting there and then returning. Inversions? Do you mean it doesn't change, like having the photo section there? It doesn't change anything? If it had inversions, it would be more intense. Oh, you mean the... I see, you mean the loops and also the 90 degrees drops, right? Okay, it still works, so we don't need to change it anymore. The loops, there we go. When you said inversions, I was kinda confused because this was not the inverted roller coaster, but then I finally got it, and then the guests are getting to it. But alright, there we go, Electro and Bookmark, we finally did it. I will save the game again. Like I said, I will try to bring this game once again next time I stream, and if that doesn't happen on a Sunday, because then next Sunday hopefully will be Golden Sun, I also need to play that game more. But that's going to be it for me tonight. Happy that we were able to assemble this. Also kinda happy we didn't get a lot of chatting, because otherwise this would not happen. The chatting mostly happened last stream, but now we finally got another coaster in here. And then next time we'll need to work on the 5th coaster. So please be sure to like come up with ideas, suggestions. If I don't go for the inverted coaster, that I could not go today for this idea, right? Maybe I could go for the inverted model next time too. But then we would also think, or we would also need to think about the next type. But that's it for me tonight, so thank you so much guys for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great starting off weekend. Get some good rest and some dinner if you still haven't eaten yet. So take care, I see you then, and goodbye.